welcome back to Coffee Infused Crypto. So guys, as you can see, social media is all doom and gloom, and I love it. I love to see it. Yeah, wake up today, look at your social media, you'll find Bitcoin crash, Bitcoin is crashing, Bitcoin is falling apart, I don't know, Bitcoin's going to zero. You can hear all sorts of things from quote-unquote very much influencers and people who know in the space much, so they start using the crashing word, and Bitcoin is crashing. This is your Bitcoin crash, by the way, this red candle here. It speaks a lot, speaks volume. This is fear in the market, which I love to see, because when there is fear in the market, we make more money. I love to see that. I don't want everyone's bullish. And if you are, yeah, I mean, you know the drill now. We take things real. We're gonna discuss our levels to the downside. This is not a crypto crash. This is not a Bitcoin crash. Okay, let's make things clear from the start. This is something normal for Bitcoin, even less than expectations. So I'm very much disappointed with this retracement for Bitcoin. Should do more in the near future. So open up the news. Bitcoin bearish signal. Satoshi's era bond Bitcoin whale wakes up and starts moving his coins and all of that. You start seeing those bearish things in the news, and yeah, the social media is doom and gloom. News is all bearish all of a sudden. Wow, where are we heading next? So to start off, daily Bitcoin just did this red candle. this is your Bitcoin crashing. Okay, so this is the term Bitcoin crash, this red candle, which is, how much is that? That is 5%. So let's be logical. So let's take both wicks. There you go, 620. Okay, so this is your Bitcoin crash, a 620% move to the downside, which actually, if you notice and if you follow us on this channel, we've always said that this orange box is the final boss. So this was we had an accumulation here while we're going to the upside, came back and retest into this zone. We had those in the middle of or after our first high. We came back to this zone, retest, and only after successfully establishing a support, those wicks here going back and having our all-time high, current all-time high. And even when in the bear market we failed, we went back, we accumulated a bearish accumulation in this zone before, when and after we lost it, we came back, and the rest is history. So we came down even further. So now this is not gonna be easy. We said this before. What did we do now? All we did is had some resistance in the middle of this box, okay, came back and retested this top white line, which was acting as a resistance here, flipped into support, failed the support, got back accepted in this ascending triangle formation. So we're back into the ascending triangle formation, got supported at $28,416, $28,500, and we're trading in this narrow region of this ascending triangle or asymmetrical ascending triangular formation. So that's everything that happened. This line is still acting as a support for the time being, and this line is the top of our broadening wedge, which we broke it to the upside. But where are we heading if we fail this line? So then the ultimate target I am eyeing is $25,200 to $25,300 or $200 to $300. Why? This was the top of our accumulation around this area, right? So we came back all the way here and then retraced even lower. So this was the top here, and this is the wick from this crash, which I suppose is the Luna crash, maybe the first one we had. So this is the wick here. So this would be very logical to come back, retest this level at this area. So coming back to this level, retesting it would be very normal currently from a shorter time frame perspective. But what levels do we have between the 25,300 and the, if we lose this support? Let's go back to and check another chart. So Yeah, I mean, guys, the Bitcoin crash, yeah, the Bitcoin crash is just like going into this parallel channel, moving this here to the upside. And as you can see, like going down, going up, down, testing support, breaking out, failing to stay above, getting back accepted into our parallel channel, going from a resistance all the way down to our support where we are supported. And now we're heading back up to the middle of this parallel channel currently. So this is your Bitcoin crash. Yeah, so this is what's everyone calling a crash. Pretty much disappointed in this, in this crash. To be so we are supported at the bottom of our parallel channel. Again, if we fail this parallel channel and the top of our broadening wedge, we go back down to our bottom of the orange box, or top accumulation of this area would be the $25,300. If this was failed, we get back first target 26,600, second target 25,300. So far this is an uptrend parallel channel respected to the fullest. Another uptrend parallel channel, the double parallel channel we had. And if you notice, guys, ever since we failed this or breaking this, we got retraced back to the downtrend, right? Or to the support of this parallel channel, then came back up, failed to break it, came back all the way down to even lower than the lower band of the second parallel channel, came back up, interacted at the middle, came back, failed, came back to the middle, up, failed, lost middle, and now we're heading to the lower, or trying to retest or regain the middle. But first target, lower of the parallel channel, lower band, the support. So that would be 27,600 if we lost the 28,500 as we discussed. So this would be 27,600, the lower part. But would I be shocked to have Bitcoin come back even if this was failed and retest the 0.5? We discussed this earlier and I'm gonna link it up here. This, take the lowest part to the highest part, go back, retest the 0.5 accumulation or the 0.5 Fibonacci, or the even deeper, go back and retest the 0.65 Fibonacci. So those would be very normal retest levels to just come back, retest and go up. And why do I say so? I mean, this is the lowest point from our lower trend here. This is the Fibonacci. Take a lower point, go to the highest point and move forward, and you'll see why it's very normal to come back, retest this level. I mean, from the lowest point, go up to the highest point, fail the highest point, yeah, right here, go back down, 0.5, 0.65, wick to 0.65, and then shoot back all the way up here. So what has changed now? Nothing has changed now. Let's remove this, and same here, from lowest point to highest point, it's very normal to come back, retest the 0.65. So that would be the lowest, would be 23,598 or 23,600 would be the lowest. And here I'd still be anything above this level. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. I'm still bullish on the structure we're doing. So 25,300, we're back to this number again. What do we have? We have this weekly parallel channel and reaction around the top. So yeah, that got rejected around this line. So definitely we are bound to some retracement, which we discussed our recent or closest levels to look for. So again, top of these wicks would be 25,240 or 25,300. With this wick would make a lot of sense if you look at it from a perspective, from a macro perspective. This will make a lot of sense, right? So even if we went back and traded and retested this area, that would make a lot of sense. So to play around with this area until we finally break it to the upside. On even a bigger or the same weekly macro perspective, 200-week moving average, and this is not to mess around. So this level, we've only been below it on the COVID crash. We wicked below it for 2 weeks or 1 week. On this wick here for 2 weeks as well. So 200-week moving average isn't something that we trade below for long periods of time. And currently, I mean, we traded for 2 months or more, yeah, below this one, and we are above it. We break it to the upside. So breaking this one is not, should support us, should be a very strong or solid support. So yeah, and that I guess that where's that, guys? So that is at 25,800 or 700, adding more support to our 300 or 400, 25,400. So it is above our $25,400 level. So this is the red candle that we printed, and if we go back in history and check a couple of red candles just to feel a bit safe, guys, this is one red candle that we don't even notice now, and that's 11 point around 12%. 1 week, one red candle, which we don't even see in this gigantic move to the upside. So this was an 11% to the downside. This other red candle, like, look at this, 2 candles here down, that's 19% move to the upside, to the downside, or a retracement before we continue our impulsive move to the upside. So that's exactly why I said this is nothing even close to a Bitcoin crash. And even if Bitcoin is crashing this way or in a 5 to 6%, I'm very disappointed. That's exactly why I said I am very disappointed with Bitcoin if this is a crash in 2023. So I expect a lower move to the downside if we fail this resistance here, but this would be the levels that I anticipate a push to from, or a hard support if definitely our shortest support doesn't hold, 28,500. So mark down the numbers between 28,500 and 25,300 dollars. So those would be the levels I am looking for, but the higher level or the to revisit before we continue to our end goal, which we have been discussing for a while now, the golden pocket from our lowest low on the weekly. The golden pocket is at between 48,615 and $50,000. That would be our end goal and our target. So between that, between now and then, we have the 0.236, which we are currently trading above it, 28,230, which we retested as a support, as you can see. Above that, the 0.382, which is the $36,000 to the upside, and above that, the 42,318, until we hit our golden pocket, which that was the case based on history, and we discussed this in a video before. So those are the targets to the upside, and we started with the targets to the downside. What is 100% sure that this is not called a crash. This is a normal day in Bitcoin's life. Anyone over one full cycle in Bitcoin would know that this is very normal, even underwhelming. If Bitcoin's to crash, this is how Bitcoin crashes. And this is exactly how Bitcoin is or what Bitcoin is capable to do in a couple of weeks, only to do triple and quadruple in the weeks to come later. So that's everything for today, guys. Stay safe in this high volatile market, and always mark those targets down, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.